So what are embedded systems, right? So in this course, I mentioned really early on that we're going to talk about embedded systems, not general purpose computers very much. So this is a quick one. You know, what are embedded systems? It's actually pretty easy to answer. And to start with, let's talk about general computers. So general computers are highly flexible and programmable. You know, they can run lots of different applications, and they normally have some form of human interface. So there's normally some nice human interface that you can deal with it, you can interact with the computer. The other thing that's sort of worth noting is they normally receive changes and updates during its lifetime. So things like your phone really counts as a general purpose computer even because, you know, it's highly flexible, you can install different apps. You can run different applications. It normally gets updates in the system, and it has a nice user interface, right? So just because it's not sitting on your desk doesn't mean it's not a general purpose computer. So your phone could easily count as a general purpose computer. What separates embedded computers is they really have a specific purpose, right? So an automotive control computer is an embedded computer because it's doing one specific task, controlling one system. Industrial robot controller, same thing. Even like a consumer camera, right? So the camera I'm recording this on has a little embedded computer in it, right? It's not, even though it has a user interface, so you can look at that. Well, yeah, it has a user interface, but it's not really programmable. It's not running different apps, really, right? It's not a general purpose computer in the sort of normal definition of it. So this is what sort of separates them, is that embedded computer almost always has a single purpose, a specific purpose, and that's primarily what it does. You'll also notice, so one of the things with embedded computers, they often don't receive updates as often. This isn't a characteristic that defines them, but it's something that's going to be really important for our security, right? So your general purpose computer has a user interface and is often highly updated. Embedded computers are special purpose. They may have been written once and then never changed again. Embedded computers also have restrictions. The other big thing about them is they often have a lot of restrictions, you know, on what's actually on board them. So normally they have, so this is a smoke detector here that has, you know, embedded computers on it. And it's highly restricted because it's low cost. It's, you know, it has to sell for a certain cost. It has very limited power. It just has some AA batteries to power it, and those AA batteries have to last years. In this case, it also means it gets limited in, you know, memory and computational power as well as battery power. So there's lots of restrictions that also define what an embedded computer can do and what it can't do. But yeah, that's basically what is an embedded computer. For the purpose of this course, we're really looking at these specific devices that do one task or one, you know, operate within one system. And we're not looking at general purpose computers like they're sitting on your desktop and stuff like that. You've already used embedded computers though, right? So in other courses, you've already used these, like you've used the Arduino, that counts as an embedded computer, right? Even though it may not have a specific task, you know, in general, you can use the Arduino for a lot of different stuff, but it typically, when deployed, would have a specific task, right? So you would program the Arduino for one task, and then that would be it. A Raspberry Pi counts as an embedded computer as well, right? It could actually be used as a general purpose one, but if it's used in a task with, you know, a single purpose, we would also consider it an embedded computer. It could have some restrictions on, you know, power, on compute, on everything like that. Yeah, that's, you know, when we talk about general purpose versus embedded, it is a bit of a, you know, for even that example of the Raspberry Pi, I just said, you know, had a bit of leeway in what we call it. But we're really, in this course, going to concentrate on situations where devices are used in sort of single purpose with restrictions on power or anything like that.